All right, guys, another nice win for the Utah Jazz. Tonight, they get their 6th in a row against the Phoenix Suns. This is the Utah Jazz postgame show on the Hoops Nerd channel. Nice win tonight. Really unimpressive start for the Utah Jazz, and really were helped out by Devin Booker getting hurt in the first quarter. Let's hope that Devin Booker's okay, because it looked like it might be kind of bad. It reminded me of the ankle turn from Exum before he tore his knee this year. So hopefully Booker's okay. And I have to say, the Suns were up like 12-0 to start the game, and put some evidence into that bucket of Booker being a nice player that can win if you put other players around him. Tonight, the Jazz really started off, just honestly couldn't have started off worse. And that was partly because they're missing rotation players, starters that they're used to playing with and that they'll have in the playoffs, but tonight they didn't. The Suns did some interesting things. They really were trying to keep Donovan Mitchell from getting the ball. And what that did is that forced Royce O'Neal at times to make a play. Although sometimes I think he just needs to have a little patience. And man, Royce had a tough game tonight. Like, Royce in that first quarter was a big reason that 12-0 run started. He was just not great. And Thabo Sefolosha started at the 4, and I was actually really interested to see how that would go. It did not go well. And so I don't know if it was just a bad night, if there's more to that, like, hey, it just doesn't really work. I don't know, but it did not go well. And the Jazz started to play better once Raul Neto came in the game. George Niang and Grayson Allen had big nights for the Utah Jazz, and that's really nice to see. I mean, I know it's against kind of like third G League level players with a lot of the Suns, but it was nice to see them play really well. George Niang, I think, is ready to start really playing more and more minutes for Utah. Tonight, he really showed he might be the better player between him and Thabo. Although we have to give Thabo a little bit of a break. He might have just had not a good night. And, you know, that happens because he's had other games this year where he's really been a big part of the Jazz getting nice wins. Niang, on the other hand, just had a really nice night, and he showed really what he's good at. His passing, his shooting. I think his defense is good enough. You know, I think some of his defense tonight was good, and players just made crazy buckets on him. But Niang was fun to watch, and he really has a lot of potential to do some nice things for Utah. If he can continue to alter his body to become more physically imposing, or just more endurance for over the season, so he can keep that shooting level high, he has a chance to really be helpful. Tonight, George Niang was plus 23 for George Niang tonight. Big time. The other guy that was like the other two we mentioned, Raul Neto and Grayson Allen, big nights for those guys. We win this game because of those guys. Well, outside of Donovan, Ingles, and Rudy, who are just a really great core three, that if the Jazz can get another piece and add to those three guys, man, they become so good. So good. And the reason you can tell that is because Derek Favors has gone down, and Derek Favors is such a nice player. You see the difference without Derek Favors. If you get a player that's like a big-time upgrade on Derek, or a big-time upgrade on Ricky Rubio or something like that, you can see how good this team could eventually be. But George Niang, big night. Grayson Allen, probably the best night he's had in Jazz uniform. Scored 14 points tonight, 2 for 5 from 3. And just made nice plays, played really well. He plays that guard position where he can play off guard or with the ball. That's just perfect in Quinn's system. That plays perfectly alongside Donovan. Who knows? Give him a couple years. I mean, people were just killing Grayson for some of his play, and definitely warranted for most of the year, because some of it's been so frenetic and so just like 100 miles an hour. Tonight played just better and hit shots. It's amazing what happens when you just hit shots. And hopefully that confidence can grow. Grayson can learn to kind of play within the flow of the game instead of going in fourth gear when everyone's going in second, He's got to figure things out. He'll get there, and he'll be fine. But yeah, also nice. Raul Neto's just such a nice pick. We got him in the second round, and he has been just solid backup point guard play from Raul Neto. He's possibly the toughest player on the Jazz. He bangs, and he's not a big guy, but he is not afraid to get into guys, to take hits. He plays tough. He's just everything that Jerry Sloan would have loved. Raul Neto is awesome. And so just nice to see some of those guys step up and help the Jazz get a win in a game where they just, they just wanted to go in, get the win, have no one get hurt, and, not expel too much effort. So nice to see. Mission accomplished. Donovan Mitchell, effortless score. He's fantastic. He scores 29 and it's like easy. He's going to have some insane years for Utah. It's a pleasure to watch. And Joe Ingles was just fantastic tonight. And Rudy Gobert as well. Just dominant Rudy Gobert. 17 and 13 from Rudy. He's fantastic. We should all just appreciate Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell and Joe Ingles more and more every day. Thank you. Blessed. Guys, like and subscribe to this video and to this channel. We got more and more to go. Watch the videos. They're good. If you missed a game, come here and learn about it and watch the video. If you did watch the game, come and enjoy the win with me. Guys, I will talk to you later.